Father Corwin Low, thank you for speaking with me about your expedition. Let's start with how this whole expedition started. Tell us, what made you take part in something like this?
Well, I've always been a big hiker. I love the outdoors. I go snowshoeing and skiing, and the opportunity to do things and blend it with my actual vocation work has always appealed to me. And I was asked by some faithful Catholics to join them as their chaplain.
So you were there to provide sacraments every day along this journey. Did you celebrate
Exactly.
Mass every day, confessions? I can imagine that's a good moment for confession. What was it like providing these sacraments?
Well, mainly it was celebrating Mass. I did do a confession, but really it was to confect the Eucharist every day on the mountain. And it had a tremendous number of challenges due to weather and other things, but in the end, it all worked out. Providence.
From a priestly perspective, when you're celebrating Mass, what's the difference between celebrating Mass in your parish and then celebrating in this very, remote location?
Well, church is the appropriate place to celebrate Mass, but to celebrate it in God's backyard really is an astounding thing. And to be able to do that when you couldn't, many people wouldn't be able to have Mass, especially on a Sunday if they're trekking. And so to be able to do this is something very special. And also to be a witness for those people that are also on the trail, that are not Catholic or are just curious about what we're doing.
So let's talk about that witness. You wore religious garb, so you wore your habit the entire time while you were trekking up the mountain. Is that the reason?
Well, yes, because I stand out, and nobody wears white on a mountain because white gets very dirty.
Well, there weren't just Catholics on this trip. There were opportunities for evangelization, right? Who else was a part of this?
There were some people that were not Christian, and there were also people that were Orthodox, and it provided a great dialogue between Orthodox and the Latin West. I had some great conversations about the differences of expression of faith.
Then how did the weather impact your journey? You talked about it being different, but I heard you lucked out when you were saying Mass on the summit.
I did. It's supposed to be the dry season in Mount Kilimanjaro this time of year. And the last time I went was like 19 years ago, and it was perfect weather the entire time. So I had kind of set up that in my mind that that's what it was going to be like. And the day I arrived, they had the most rain that they have had in years. And that was sort of a little bit disconcerting and a little bit upsetting. I was like, how am I going to do all these sacraments? When I got to the top, or actually the day we did the summit ascent, it snowed like 2 or 3 inches. And so I was thinking, I'm not going to make it. I'll make it to the top, but I won't be able to celebrate Mass. But then it was actually warm at the top and not windy. And it was a little bit cloudy. And the special thing that happened was that when the time for consecration came, the sun came out of the clouds. And when I was finished with consecration, it kind of closed up. And that's when the weather actually turned a little bit and got cold. But I completed Mass without incident. It was great. That's awesome.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. A great gift and a great blessing. Is that what you took away from this trip? The fact that God will always surprise you, or is there something more?
That, of course, was my primary reason to be able to celebrate the sacraments. And I knew I was going to be a witness. I just didn't know how much of it I would be. And there were a ton of porters and guides that would come up to me and say, Jesus Christus, Jesus Christ. And they would also want to take a picture. So I have all these anonymous pictures on all these cell phones that, I have no idea who these people are. But they really wanted to get a picture taken with me. So that was surprising, a little bit disarming, but I rolled with it. So.
Well, I'm sure that you'll be praying for them, and I'm so grateful for
Absolutely.
your witness. Thank you so much, Father.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you. God bless you.
You can learn more about Father Corwin's journey and his other work by visiting his website, cantateop at cantateop.org.